Hi everyone, this screencast is going to give you some additional information about precisely what I expect to see in your summation. I provided a little bit of information in the week 6 message that was intended to focus you on thinking about how this information relates to practice as a teacher. Because in A1, some of you were thinking about the concepts quite well, but you hadn't quite taken that next step of putting your teacher hat on and thinking about how this relates to life in the classroom for teaching and learning. What I want to do, though, is perhaps clear up any confusion that my comments in the week 6 message may have caused, and be very precise about what it is that we expect to see in your summation. So I don't think the information I offered in the week 6 message is contradictory to this, so I don't want anybody panicking thinking, oh my God, I've been told the wrong thing. But it perhaps wasn't as clear as it needed to be. So, and that can happen in Cyberland. So let's have a look. I have created the A2 checklist, and you'll see that in the A2 Q&A thread. So access it here. Use the checklist. And then the section that in the checklist that I'd like you to use is here. And this is taken directly from the resource folder for assignment 2. So if you are using the resource folder in assignment 2 and using the checklist, then you will be on track. So let me be very clear. I expect to see 2 things in your summation. The first thing I expect to see is an overview of what your topic means. Okay? And you must use weekly readings, wider research, and you must use key terms from the topic. I talked to you in the A1 feedback about the importance of developing cohesive ties so that you're writing succinctly. The best way to show that your writing connects directly to the task requirements is to use the same words that are being used in the weekly readings about the concept, the collaborate, and in the task description. Okay, so borrow some of those words. Make sure that you incorporate them in your overview of what the topic means. The second thing that I want you to make sure that you do in your summation is to talk about how the topic applies to teaching and learning. This is where you've put your teacher hat on. So these concepts can be interpreted or understood differently depending on what professional field you are working in. You are training to work in the teaching field. So you need to understand these concepts through the lens of a teacher. And that's what I want to see in your summation. How does this particular topic relate to the processes of teaching and learning? And that's where you're going to demonstrate some of your critical thinking. Do you really understand it? Anybody can kind of repeat back a definition that they've read in a book. But here is where you apply it to classroom practice and really demonstrate your understanding. So that's the 2 things I need to see in your summation. First of all, an overview of what the topic means. And secondly, how the topic applies to teaching and learning. Okay, best of luck. Thanks very much.